ever get that feeling? Like things in the financial world are moving at warp speed.
Oh, absolutely.
1 minute, Bitcoin is this, like, this mysterious thing only tech folks are talking about. Next minute, bam, the SEC is changing the game.
Yeah.
And that's what we're diving into today, right? This whole SEC decision to let banks offer Bitcoin custody services.
Right.
It's a big deal, even if you aren't a Bitcoin expert.
It really is, yeah. This is a huge step, I think, toward making Bitcoin more mainstream.
Yeah.
Because custody services, that might sound kind of, I don't know, jargony.
Yeah.
But picture this.
Yes.
You buy some Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
But instead of trying to keep it safe yourself on your computer or whatever, a bank, a literal bank, stores it securely for you, just like your regular money.
That's what they do.
Yeah. And it might not sound revolutionary, but that has been a huge roadblock for big-time investors.
Yeah.
The institutions.
Right.
Because they're all about security.
And that's what makes this BNY Mellon story so interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a bedrock of traditional finance. You don't exactly think of BNY Mellon as the bank that chases every shiny new trend, right?
Well,
What does it tell us when a giant like that throws their hat into the Bitcoin ring?
oh, it shouts legitimacy, doesn't it? You got to think, other banks, they've been watching this whole Bitcoin thing unfold, right? Maybe a little hesitant, maybe a little skeptical. But now, BNY Mellon, they've kind of given everyone permission to take it seriously.
Yeah.
It's like how index funds or ETFs, right?
Yeah.
They went from this niche thing to like totally normal for everyday investors. This could be that turning point.
So you're saying we could be headed toward a world where opening a Bitcoin account is like as easy as opening a savings account.
Yeah.
Is that too far-fetched?
It's not guaranteed, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's definitely possible. And the real game changer here,
Yeah.
how institutional money impacts Bitcoin's, I don't know if you'd call it a problem, but it's volatility.
Right.
You see it all the time.
Yeah.
Bitcoin's price, it's a roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
Up and down. But when these institutions with their like massive resources, when they get involved, things tend to stabilize.
Okay.
And for the average person, less risk, which, I mean, who doesn't want that? And for Bitcoin, it could be what it needs to finally become this truly like reliable financial asset.
So we've got BNY Mellon making moves. We've got the potential for this domino effect. But what about the elephant in the room, right? Economy. It's not exactly rock solid. So how do interest rates, inflation, all that good stuff, how does that play into this whole Bitcoin adoption thing?
Yeah, it's the big question mark, isn't it? It all boils down to investor confidence. How confident are they in the overall economy? Take the PCE report, for example. It measures inflation, right? It's the thing that's making your groceries more expensive.
Yeah.
If that report shows inflation is cooling down, well, that could give Bitcoin a boost.
Okay.
But if the Fed raises interest rates to fight inflation, then investors might get a little hesitant, maybe even pull back from riskier assets.
Yeah.
Like Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's a real balancing act right now.
So Bitcoin is at this fascinating crossroads, and the SEC might have just given it a big push down one path towards wider adoption.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's a sure thing or anything,
Right.
but it's definitely worth keeping an eye on.
Absolutely. I would say, look, if institutions with all their resources and their teams of experts, right, if they're betting on Bitcoin, shouldn't we at least be asking ourselves what they see that maybe we don't?
It's a good question.
It's a question worth pondering.
Definitely something to think about.